Oh, what's good with you, Yang Gang? This your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. And appreciate you for coming rock with me. Like, share, and subscribe. If you have any question, or any comment, or any suggestion about how Andrew Yang could reach the black vote, leave a comment below. Well, I made a video not too long ago about how Andrew Yang could reach the black vote, and I guess somebody out of Bernie Sanders' camp must have swooped the information and they started taking it, run with it. Well, this is my part 2 to this here. Well, after the introductions, let's go.
Double cup, feel it right. Told Chuck, I feel like every night is all night. I'm up. Double cup, feel it right. Told Chuck, I feel like every night is all night. I'm up. Double cup, feel it right. Told Chuck, I feel like every night is all night. I'm up. Double cup, feel it right. Told Chuck, I feel like every night is all night.
Now that the introductions out the way, how could Andrew Yang reach the black vote? And the first thing I want to say is target audience. Now, the reason why I mean target the audience, you have, like with the Yang Gang, we are so multi culture, nationality, race, gender, anything that you could think about. That means we could target specific demographics, specific groups. Like with me precisely, I could target the young black vote, I could target the older black women, I could target the older men, I could target pretty much the black vote. So that's a good thing, as in when I was saying last time what Bernie Sanders took, like they have a certain amount of key people that the black voters will listen to. And the reason why I say that, because black people in general do not keep up with politics, because if you ever seen a Lion King, on the Lion King, the monkey hit Simba on top of the head. The second time the monkey tried to hit Simba, Simba ducked because he knew better. And that's equivalent to how the black vote feel, as they voted and they was invested into it the first time or a time before, and then they got kneecapped, and then they got kneecapped again. Sooner or later, they start not paying attention to it, and then once they start paying attention to it, they don't instill this into their kids, so their kids don't even care about it because they feel like it's not going to help them regardless. So they feel like a fight that, not to say they're going to win, as they don't have no dog in the fight. Now, with this time, Andrew Yang could give them hope. First and foremost, what I mean by hope is he doing the right thing with the women by going on The View and The Real. But what I mean by hope is he need to let people know he's in the top 5. So when black people hear Andrew Yang is in the top 5 and he want to give people UBI, black people going to start opening their eyes and say, you know what? This might be possible. Once they realize that might be possible, you could start seeing a big fluctuation of young black voters that was going to vote for Biden or Sanders start filtering down into the Yang Gang, because they said, oh, if Andrew Yang is almost there, that means if with my support he could actually make it. So that's giving a person hope that he could do it. If he keep pushing his policies and keep pushing his policies, people start hearing about him. The people that know about him, once they see he have hope and can make it, then they'll vote for him. But the only reason why a lot of them don't vote or won't vote for him as of right now is because of name recognition. So when I say about name recognition, to capture the black vote, you have to go where the black people are. Now, where the black people are, with the younger black people, I was steady trying to explain this on the last video. With the younger black people, they do not care about politics. They on Instagram and they on Facebook. Now, when they're on Instagram and Facebook, every now and then they may see some politics stuff, they'll listen to it or whatever like that. But if Cardi B have something that go viral, they're going to listen to what she said. I mean, just because they know how she is and they want to be entertained. And at the same time, she hit them with some value information. So if Andrew Yang sit down and have a talk with Cardi B, T.I., or even D.L. Hughley, D.L. Hughley would catch the middle class and the older black men. Once he get on there and he talk with D.L. Hughley and he explain, I'm talking about, because he had to really break it down to D.L. Hughley. So D.L. Hughley said, okay, I see which way direction you coming from. He gonna give him a fair shot. At least he will give him that. And you know what I'm saying? He just gotta be honest and keep it real and say this is what his plan is. And once he do that, D.L. Hughley could take that and start saying, okay, well, look, how we, you know, I'm gonna tell you exactly what D.L. Hughley gonna say. We have an Asian man that's trying to come against, as a Democrat, that's want to help the black community more than any other white person ever did. That's how D.L. Hughley gonna come. But don't get offended by it. That's just some stuff that catch people attention. Like, hold on, what you mean? So now people gonna say, who is he talking about? So now the people that haven't heard of Andrew Yang will know who he is, and then they find out that he's in the top 5, they're gonna say, oh, we can get $1,000 a month. He gonna do this. I mean, the policies go forever. I mean, this is something we say down here in Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying, longer than Plank Road, because it's a long street. But anyway, though, that's how Andrew Yang could actually catch, by going after the celebrities that black people pay attention to, like T.I. So T.I. get in there to get to talking to Andrew Yang, and all Andrew Yang have to do is just be himself and say what he trying to do. Just go talk to him, do a 30-minute interview, set up something where you could talk to somebody like that. Bernie Sanders took that and he ran with it. So now Andrew Yang have to catch up with Bernie Sanders by doing that. The only way to catch the black vote is one thing: name recognition. But the only way to get name recognition, you have to go with a black people. It is not doing these politics shows and not being on a Joe Rogan. I'm sorry, black people don't, not too many black people watch Joe Rogan. I like Joe Rogan, but a lot of people don't care for podcasts like them. So you got to catch them where they at. And they'll be at places like where you see little snippets where T.I. talking to Andrew Yang or something like that. Or it'll be something funny where Snoop Dogg talk to Andrew Yang and Snoop Dogg question him. You know, stuff like that where black people say, oh, let me see what he got to have to say. Let me see what Snoop Dogg want to ask this person that's running for president. Man, that's unorthodox. And when they see the unorthodox, it's not they care about Democrats or Republicans or household names. You know, black people, let's be honest, they're more susceptible to vote for a black person because they feel like this person, him, know they struggle and live the same lifestyle or has some type of connection to it. But they don't realize a lot of black people don't represent black people. And now that they're starting to learn this, they're willing to say, okay, who will be our next best thing? But the only thing they have to go off of is name recognition. So with name recognition, you have Joe Biden and you don't even have Kamala. The only two people that you have is Joe Biden and Sanders. Them the only two people that really resonate with the black people because that's who they know who he is, what he stand for, and where he been, and what he have done for us. Now with Andrew Yang, he could come say, yeah, man, I'm throwing jobs. I'm giving people $1,000 out of my own pocket. The government tried to stop me from doing it to help out the American people. And, you know, see, he could break all that stuff down on the D.L. Hughley show saying, okay, I said I did this here for 10 people instead of me spending $1 million and giving it to these advertisement companies. I could take my same advertisement money and give it to the American people because it'll be more beneficial. Stuff like that, D.L. Hughley would eat up, and he'll have it all over his show. Now, black voters, money is an issue. So he need to explain the whole concept of UBI. It's not to give black people 40 acres and a mule, but it's here to get a boot off of you, and then we can go from this first step, because you have to make the first step to climb up the top of the ladder. You have to make that first step. So if he want the black vote, he have to go where the black people is located at. And the only thing that he need out of the black people is name recognition. People know who he is, start talking about him. So he have to go where the young black people is, the older black people are, the women black voters are, the older men black voters are. And he got to realize which ones is going to just be sheeple and the ones that's going to be leaders that's going to say, hey, check out this person right here. Target them. Don't let Bernie Sanders beat you to the punch on everybody. I have a couple people names that I'm willing to just suggest, but this is all on Andrew Yang and his campaign. So he is the professional. He know who to target. He got the people to precisely target and how to target them and how to get them. This is just an idea. Excuse me, for me coming out from the Yang gang, and I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. This is my second jab at the young black voters, and hopefully, Andrew Yang is our 2020 president. You know what I'm saying? Just remember, the older women doing the right thing, The View, The Real, those type of shows where they watch. The older men, you got like stuff like D.L. Hughley. And then you got the younger generation, which they'll be more inclined to listen to like Cardi B, T.I., any of the young artists that's out there, music-wise, that's who they are following and that's who they'll listen to because that's what they listen to. So just remember that. You got to go to the young black voters where they at, and it's all about name recognition. They don't know who Andrew Yang is right now. That's why he's pulling so low. Soon as they realize who he is and they see how close he is to winning and the policies that he actually have, and then his personality, black people will sniff that out and say, you know what, Andrew Yang is genuine. He's a real person. He's not trying to hurt us. He's not trying to gain billions of dollars. How much money do he need to be happy? No, what he really is worried about is the future. And not for himself, he worried about the future for his kids and the rest of America, the rest of the country that he grew up in. That's his biggest concern. He have money. He don't worry about nothing. He ain't trying to be the richest person in the world. He only think he is the most powerful person in the world, where he control everything. That's why he's so open to suggestions. Like if you have a policy, and if you could upgrade this policy, he willing to do that. Like when he was on A View, and Whoopi Goldberg came to him and they said, okay, with the UBI, what about this idea to add on to the UBI? You know what Andrew Yang did? Light bulb flash stuff. You're like, you know what? That's an excellent idea. Never know, something simple like that could be implemented. And by her just bringing it out and people talk to him because he's listening to the American people. That's what's going to be so beautiful about him being our 2020 president, that he going to do for the American people and not the corporations. Big difference. You have all these other candidates. They have some type of ties to these corporations where they got their hands tied behind their back. So sooner or later, the corporation's going to ask for their favor. Y'all seen them old mob movies. Y'all seen all these gangsters and stuff like that and how they do things. Or it don't even have to be gangsters. You just see like Wolf of Wall Street and all these other different politicians and how they really operate. When I be speaking to the young black men, I say, hey, you want to be a gangster? They were like, they'll be trying to act like that. I say, if you want to be a gangster, be a real gangster. Be a lawyer. You got to pay them to talk to them. That's a gangster. Be a judge. I could take you away from your family for this amount of time until you pay me this amount of money. That's a gangster. With the people, I was walking around with your pants sagging and stuff like that, really and truly, that's a flunky. If you don't want taking drugs and you carrying it from one place, you a mule. You got to think about real terminologies. That's why I say I could actually talk and actually get it up there. Excuse my language, excuse my French, or me being so raw. But I just got to give it to you how it is, because y'all know this your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I can't do nothing else. I'm happy up here, part of the Yang game. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm cut from a different cloth, but I like to appreciate everybody that came rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they have other people that have content that's pushing out there as well. And we all trying to do this here from a different perspective. That way we can give all the seasoning and stuff like this in this gumbo. Because this the new Yang Gang gumbo where it's mixed with everything. But we going to make this shit good. Well, this your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm out. And I appreciate you for rocking with me. All that good stuff. Later.